Can you hear my voice when you lie awake? Feel my hands running down your face.
Lie Awake to me is essentially the spiritual successor to Feel Me Now. Back when we dropped that song and it had, its big moment, I feel like a lot of people interpreted it as this scandalous, like sexy kind of song. And that's cool. Like that wasn't really my intention at all, but like, all right, I see you, like if that's what you want, I can do that. But yeah, Lie Awake basically just takes that extremely messy relationship and just pushes the story a little bit further. I really wanted to play around with the concept of like pleasure versus pain, especially in the chorus. So you have like the first half of the chorus, that can you hear my voice when you lie awake, feel my hands running down your face. You're talking about like the aspects that keep you coming back and keep you wanting more. And then the back half of the chorus, you have, does it hurt when you scream my name? I'm your pain, talking about the things that you're actually getting out of that transaction. I just love the dynamic of a super toxic relationship that feels so good on the surface, but could just never work. And you both know you're only hurting each other. You both know exactly how this ends, but you just can't let go. I feel like it's super relatable of a story. It's an extremely personal story to me, and I feel like it's like increasingly more common of a life experience, unfortunately. If you know, you know. We did this one with John Lundeen from Point North, who was absolutely incredible to work with. And we almost didn't get to do this song because we were getting ready to wrap our sessions with him. We already had a couple songs done, but we had some time to kill. So we were like, well, do we, work on these two that we already have, or should we just, start something fresh? And ultimately we decided to just like whip up a new idea real quick. And I remember they were working on the chord progression for the chorus. I'm like listening to it. I went in the other room, just kind of like thinking about it, which I do this a lot during writing sessions. I'll just like hear something and I'll like catch a vibe. I'll go somewhere quiet and just cook by myself for a minute and then come back. But I'm in the other room. I'm like listening to the instrumental and that like, hey, 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 kind of comes to me. And then I get that like, hey, oh, hey. Like those bits just kind of like presented themselves to me, I guess. And then within like, 10 to 15 minutes, I had that melody and those lyrics. And from the conception of me just singing it to myself in the other room and then tracking the final takes that you hear on the record, absolutely nothing changed. There were like no notes. Like sometimes when you know. So I got that. I sang it for the guys. They liked it. So we tracked like the scratch takes of it and then we built the rest of the song around it. This one did go through some instrumental changes once we brought it home because like I said, we didn't really have a lot of time to flesh this one out. Always from the start with this song, I was like, with the right arrangement and the right instrumental, like this song is a single for sure, and it was. But yeah, really love this one. I'm very proud of how it came out. It ended up being one of our favorite songs on the record, and we are so stoked to have Trevor from Windwalkers on this song. It just felt like such a no-brainer. We've known them forever, we've been fans of them forever, and we've been, dying to cross paths with them. So we got him on the song. He absolutely crushes his part, and we'll be on the road with Windwalkers here in a minute. And I'm so excited to debut this song live for the first time with him. So that's Lie Awake. Hope you guys like this one.